Guys, get ready and pay attention. If you get this argument, you're going to refute the Seventh-day Adventists. They don't have a way to refute you.
Thank God for modern technology, because we're talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. Here is the Jehovah's Witness official website, jw.org. It's one of the best looking, most professional websites that I've seen. This gives you an idea of their zeal and their passion in trying to promote a gospel that they think is the gospel of Christ, but we know it's no gospel at all. It is a satanic counterfeit. But now look at their zeal. Look, that tells you they're spending money in trying to sell their product, a gospel that they think is the gospel of Jesus Christ, when we know it's satanic at its very core. Go back to the main Bible page. Here, online for free, they make available their various editions of their corrupt version of the Bible, their various editions of their corrupt version of the Bible, their various editions of their corrupt version of the Bible, as well as, if you scroll down a little more, brother, I don't think he can see me, but if you scroll down, you see right here, it says the Kingdom Interlinear Translation of the Greek Scriptures. Thank God for modern technology, because now they make available their own resources, which you can use against them to show how they perverted the Scriptures, to show how they perverted the Scriptures, to show how they perverted the Scriptures. And one of the best ways of showing a Jehovah's Witness that their Bible is perverted, that their Bible is perverted, that their Bible is perverted, is by using their own interlinear Greek New Testament.
So right here, I think a case is being built to say that the New World Translation is not a good book whatsoever. In fact, I think that the injunction being given here is to stay well away from it.
Guys, get ready and pay attention. If you get this argument, you're going to refute the Seventh-day Adventists. They don't have a way to refute you.
Okay then, we're all ears. Let's hear this irrefutable evidence.
What do you mean? Get them to admit that the Sabbath days of Israel and the Sabbath year was modeled after God's Sabbath day. Israel's Sabbath, their Sabbath days and Sabbath years, modeled after God's Sabbath. Where am I getting this from? Let's go now, Exodus 20, verses 8 to 11. Right? Yep, he is. He's Legion. Guys, pay attention now. Here's the answer.
Sam now invites you to take a sip of wine.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it sacred. Why? You are to labor and do all your work for 6 days. But the seventh day is a Sabbath to Jehovah your God. You must not do any work, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your slave man, nor your slave girl, nor your domestic animal, nor your foreign resident who is inside your settlements. For in 6 days Jehovah made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and he began to rest on the seventh day. That is why Jehovah blessed the Sabbath day and made it sacred. So you catch it? Your Sabbath days, Israel, and Sabbath years are modeled after my Sabbath day. My Sabbath day, which is the seventh day when I rested from my work of creation and entered my Sabbath day. Another one, Exodus 31, 12 to 17. Exodus 31, 12 to 17. Only one way. Can you be patient, brother? Jehovah said further to Moses, speak to the Israelites and tell them, especially you are to keep my Sabbaths, plural, not one. For it is a sign between me and you during your generations, right? In order that you may know that I, Jehovah, am sanctifying you. You must keep the Sabbath. You must keep the Sabbath, for it is something holy to you. Whoever profanes it must be put to death. If anyone does any work on it, then that person must be cut off from among his people. 6 days work may be done, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath of complete rest. It is something holy to Jehovah. Anyone doing work on the Sabbath day must be put to death. Now notice 16. The Israelites must keep the Sabbath. They must observe the Sabbath during all their generations. It is a lasting covenant. Now why? Because verse 17, guys, verse 17. It is an enduring sign between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Jehovah made the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested and refreshed himself. Now, did everyone get it? Arthur, everyone? Yeah. Israel's Sabbath days and Sabbath years were modeled after God's Sabbath. So what is the true Sabbath day? God's Sabbath or Israel's Sabbath? What is the true original Sabbath day? God's Sabbath or Israel's Sabbaths? God's, right? God's. Let's go to Genesis 2, verses 1 to 3. Guys, get ready and pay attention. If you get this argument, you're going to refute the Seventh-day Adventists. They don't have a way to refute you. Okay. Genesis 2, verse 1 to 3. Thus the heavens and the earth and everything in them were completed. And by the seventh day, God had completed the work that he had been doing, and he began to rest on the seventh day, from all his work that he had been doing. From all his work that he had been doing. And God went on to bless the seventh day and to declare it sacred, for on it God has been resting from all the work that he has created, all that he purposed to make. Now, guys, pay attention. Did you notice that in Genesis 1, each of the days had a morning and an evening? There was morning and evening, day 1. There was morning and evening, day 2. But for the Sabbath day, the seventh day, the Sabbath day, there was a beginning, but no end.
So, Sam asked the question, where am I getting this from? Well, so far, he has been using quotes directly from the New World Translation of the Jehovah's Witnesses. But there's more to it than that. Let's have a look at where the source of his teaching actually lies. So Sam went from don't drink the wine. The New World Translation at its core is satanic, it's perverted, it's corrupted. It is no gospel at all. He went from that to here. Let's take a sip and see what we can learn from the New World Translation. Furthermore, if you go to the Jehovah's Witness website and look for Watchtower Magazine of July 15th, 2011, you will find this particular magazine with an article in it entitled, What is God's Rest? What is God's Rest? And from that edition and that particular article, you will discover that Sam is teaching almost verbatim what they have to say there in that magazine. Hence his use of the New World Translation, which is the only translation, by the way, that will support such an idea of a never-ending Sabbath. In fact, the New World Translation is so far removed from the recognized translations for Protestants and Catholics that the verses being used here bear no resemblance to those particular translations, and in fact, it bears no resemblance to the original Hebrew, which completely changes the meaning that Sam is trying to put forward here. So, for the purpose of this video, I'm not even going to waste my time refuting Sam's argument. Sam has disqualified himself and his own argument by using material that he himself has identified as corrupt, perverted, in his words, satanic at its core, and is no gospel at all. Long form video 4 on my YouTube channel will deal with the truth about God's Sabbath and look at some of these counter arguments while setting forth the truth from Scripture as to God's intention for the seventh day Sabbath. God bless you. If you haven't already, check out the channel, like, share, and subscribe. God bless.